All right, Unit 8, Lesson 3, represent data graphically. So you can describe the information presented in tables, dot plots, and bar graphs, and you can use tables, dot plots, and bar graphs to represent distributions of data. So the first thing we're going to talk about is a basketball team. So it says, Priya wants to know if basketball players on the men's team and the women's team have had prior experience in international competitions. She gathered the data in the table of the number of times the players were on a team before 2016. So frequency means the number of times an item occurs. Distribution refers to how the data is arranged. So did Priya collect categorical or numerical data? Well, she collected numerical data because these are numbers. She asked how many games they'd had in international competition, so those are all numbers. So then it says create a frequency table of each. So it's the number of times something occurs. So I'm looking at the men's team and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there were 10 zeros. There were 1, 1, no 2s, 1, 3, and no 4s. So now for the women's team, I'm going to count up the number of zeros. So that's 1, 2, 3. The number of ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. The number of twos, 1, 2. The number of threes, 1, 2, 3. And the number of fours would be 0. Okay? So now it says make a dot plot for each table. So for the men's basketball, so now one dot is going to equal each player. So I'm going to have 10 dots on 0. Then I'm going to have 1 dot on 1. I'm going to have no dots on 2, 1 dot on 3, and no dots on 4. Then for the women's, I'm going to have 3 dots on 0.
Mom,
I'm going to have 4 dots on 1. I'll hold your water. Then I'm going to have 2 dots on 2. Then I'm going to have 3 dots on 3. And then I'm going to have no dots on 4. So then it says, what do your dot plots tell you about the competition participation of the players on the men's basketball team? So when I look back, almost all have never been in an international competition. So if I was going to explain that, almost all have never played internationally. So then it says, what does the dot plot tell you about the competition participation of the women's basketball team? So when I look at it, a lot of women have different levels of experience. It's between 0 and 3 years. So the team has a variety of experience. Between 0 and 3 years. So then it says, explain why a dot plot is appropriate representation for Priya's data. And it's because she collected numerical data. So if she collected numerical data, then that's why that's an appropriate dot plot. So then activity 2, favorite summer sports. So when I'm looking at my summer sports, it says, did Kieran collect categorical or numerical data? Well, these are not numbers, they're categories, so it would be categorical. So then it says how many people or how many times, because frequency is the number of times something occurred, basketball occurred. So that's 1, 2, so 2 times. Diving, 1, 2, 3. I've got 3. Gymnastics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rowing, 1, 2, 2. Soccer, 1, 2. That kind of surprises me. Swimming, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Track and field, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then volleyball, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now they want you to create a bar graph from the data. So remember, a bar graph, you just go straight up. So basketball was 2. Then diving is 3. And then gymnastics is 5. Technically, I could change colors if I wanted it to be a better looking bar graph. Rowing was 2. Soccer is 2. Swimming is 5. Track and field is 7. And volleyball is 4. So then it says, how could you use a bar graph to find out how many classmates were surveyed? Well, I would add up all the bars. Add the heights. Of the bars. Then, could a dot plot be used to represent Kieran's data? Explain your reasoning. So no, it's not. Dot plots are numerical data. So no, dot plots are for numbers. They're for numerical data. So now I need you to go ahead and get on your IXL objective. You're going to work on dot plots today. I need you to take a full screenshot of your score and the objective that you're working on. Then I need you to go ahead and get on Canvas and do Unit 8, Lesson 3 cool down. And then I need you to make sure you export this as a PDF and turn it in. Have a great day.